This is Danny Calhoun welcoming you to Instrument of Praise. We're on the campus of Oral Roberts University in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and we're in the performance hall of Temco Barton Music Hall, and my guest today is Donald Ryan. Now, Donald is a remarkable pianist and recording artist who has literally performed all around the world. He's a Steinway artist. He was on the faculty here at ORU for many years, and in 2014 he was inducted into the Oklahoma Jazz Music Hall of Fame. In recent years, he and his son Barron have embarked on a new adventure as the Ryan and Ryan Piano Duo, and we will put a link to their website in the video description underneath so you can check out their schedule and contact them and see all the wonderful things that they have available. But beyond all of this, for those of us in the music community in the Tulsa area, Donald is just simply a treasure, and it is my privilege to have him as our first guest artist on Instrument of Praise. You know, Don, one of the main reasons that I wanted to develop this guest artist series was not only, of course, to kind of present a diverse range of, other arrangements, that really showcased how music and worship could work together, but also to kind of start a forum for discussion and kind of exchange of ideas about how music and worship do really work for different people. And I was wondering if you'd be willing to just talk for just a few minutes about how music and worship connect for you.
Well, it's one of my earliest connections, really. As I said, I'm a PK, so I was in church from ever since I recall. And this was in Trinidad, West Indies, where I'm from, hence the accent. And going to church, it was just always an essential part of pretty much any meeting. And so I grew up loving, whenever I was in church, I was listening as much to the music. So that has been, for me, the kind of a gateway and entrance into worshiping God. It gets to be soonest through music.
Yes, I see.
Put it that way. Music was, excuse me, we had music for everything in the church, not just for the worship or the specific points where there was praise to God, but for incidental things like the offertories and such, yes, that is certainly part of worship, but then you could do it without words if I were doing just a piano solo, for instance. And then the songs of invitation where it was not necessarily praising God, but just inviting people to become part of the community of believers. So it was, music and worship was intertwined.
Absolutely.
All unable to separate it.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Absolutely. Well, wonderful, wonderful. Well, listen, what are you going to be playing for us today?
Happiness is the Lord. Now, you mentioned me being inducted into the Oklahoma Jazz Hall of Fame.
Yes, yes.
And so I thought I'd, for my first offering on this Instrument of Praise Forum, I would do something jazz.
Well, there you go.
This is Happiness is the Lord was written by Ira Stanphill back in, I think, 68. Late 60s, there was a lot of buzz expressions. Happiness is a warm puppy.
Yes.
A very popular book written by the creator of Peanuts. Charles Schulz.
Charles Schulz, yes.
And there were songs. I remember Dean Martin having one on Happiness Is, and it was so. I think this was Ira Stanphill's counter and his answer to all of this Happiness Is stuff. Happiness is the Lord.
Well, perfect. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll step out of the way and we'll enjoy this.
All right.